everyone, and welcome back to our final plugged-in webinar of the year. My name is Maureen Murkey, and I'm the Senior Marketing Manager here at Questline Digital. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting these events for you throughout the year, and I know that 2025 will bring even more great topics and speakers. But first, I think it's time we close out this year with a bang. Today's webinar, 2024 Wrapped Success Stories from Utility Marketers, is dedicated to all of you and the relentless work you do day in and day out to support your customers. You'll soon hear from multiple industry colleagues from utilities nationwide about a project or campaign that they found success with in 2024. My hope is that this will be a fun, engaging way for you all to learn about what others in the industry are working on and perhaps inspire you as you plan and prepare for the new year. We won't be doing any live Q&A at the end this time, but many of our speakers are available online in the chat, so feel free to send in any thoughts or questions you have for them in the attendee chat box. Now, without further ado, let me give you a sneak peek into who you'll be hearing from today. From Consolidated Utility District, we have Brett McArdle. With Indiana-Michigan Power, Beth McAvoy. Morgan Kriley joins us from Duquesne Light Company. Lisa Stowe with Westfield Gas and Electric and Whip City Fiber. From Elk River Municipal Utilities, we have Jenny Foss. And last but certainly not least, we have Matthew Allen from ElectriCities of North Carolina. And with that, let's get this party started. We'll kick things off with Brett McArdle.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brett McArdle. I serve as Communications Manager for Consolidated Utility District. We are the water utility for Rutherford County, Tennessee. We are located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I'd like to speak today about how we use customer service surveys to get a better sense of what our customers really want. Now, you'll see the title here refers to the 11-minute rule, and that speaks to a study that was done several years ago that indicates that customers think about their water utilities or electric utilities for less than 20 minutes, in fact, about 11 minutes per year. And that's what we have to work with in terms of how customers actually think about the utilities that they use. So let's go ahead and move right into this. So simply put, how do you learn what the ratepayers care about? Well, you're going to ask them through a customer service survey, because the alternative is not knowing at all and following forward from a base of just ignorance. And you simply want to avoid that. You want to make sure you're speaking to, with your messaging, what your ratepayers care about. And you want to make sure that process is as painless and quick as possible. No one really enjoys taking surveys, but you can make it such that it's worth their time and that they know that what they give you in terms of their opinions is actionable. And you want to build your entire survey based on the email address database that you've got. You also want to make sure that you're asking questions that are actionable and that you are not afraid of. You must be ready to take action on the data and the findings that you receive. Another thing is to offer some kind of incentive. I've worked in market research a number of times over the years for multiple clients. I've never seen an incentive fail. It typically always increases response rates, and that works to give you the data that you'll need so that you know that the numbers you've got act as a snapshot of your entire ratepayer base. And I also tend to think that if you're looking for a free resource to use for your survey itself, Google Forms and Microsoft Forms are both free and easy to use. Now, from our survey, let's just take a quick deep dive into what we actually did that worked well for us and has now for multiple years. So our first question is simply, what is the best method for us to contact you? And what we learned, as you'll see there, the overwhelming majority chose email. This tells us how best to reach folks and how best to structure our communications. From there, we also used our survey to publicize our ratepayer newsletter, which we send out quarterly. And this ended up being the perfect vehicle for us to gain new subscribers to that ratepayer newsletter. We also include in there a description of our privacy policy. We indicate that we will not give away their email address for any reason. And this has proven to be a very successful way for us to bring in literally hundreds of new subscribers each year for our ratepayer newsletter. We also ask about our website. We want to know the level of awareness of it. And as you see here, the vast majority of folks are aware of our website at least. So that lets us know that, yes, there is some degree of awareness about what we offer online in terms of our services for the ratepayers. Now, when ratepayers visit the website, we want to find out what sections are most relevant to their needs. There's a reason that this question is structured the way it is, with the choose all that apply, because in this case, you want to find out all the different places they are using in your website. That's going to give you a sense of what is popular, what's not popular, and also you may find that multiple things are popular. This is going to help you decide to do things such as more internal links within your website so that folks don't have to do multiple clicks. They can just do one click to get where they want to go. So this question is a choose all that apply for a very good reason. You want to find out all the places that they go to on your website. Now, the next few questions really get to what are expectations and also what exceeds expectations. With this question, we wanted to find out what all those expectations are, and that is also a choose all that apply question. So you'll see how the bar graph kind of stair steps down, and you get that sense of what is most popular among those expectations, because that is going to give you a sense of what your ratepayers are expecting from you on an everyday basis. Now, moving from that to what would exceed expectations. And this becomes critical for messaging as well, because you're going to look for commonalities between both questions, but also outliers. One of the key things from here, that top bar that indicates how important advanced communication is about repairs and outages. That answer led to a policy change on our part, such that we started to send out advance notice 24 to 48 hours where we had not done so previously. That becomes a new way for us to reach out to customers and take actionable acts as a result of this question from the survey. So you see that is a way that their input led to a real policy change for us. Then we also ask what topics interest them. This helps us develop more content for their website, but also social. Our social platforms gives us a sense of the things they want to learn about with regard to our work as a public utility. Also, we want to ask what their preferred method for payment is. That gives us a sense of, do we need to further publicize our app? Do we need to further publicize the methods by which they can pay? All these things factor into messaging. So when you find out what is the easiest and most convenient way that most people want to pay their bill, you want to make sure that they know how to pay using that easiest method. You want to make sure that is top of mind with them to make sure that their payments are quick, secure, and simple. Also, with regard to the kind of overview of our 2024 survey, we ended up getting over 3,500 responses. It was remarkable to get that number, and we attribute that to having very engaged ratepayers, and the incentive we offered helped a great deal too. As you notice, we also gained more than 800 subscribers to our ratepayer newsletter. So how do we know the data is trustworthy? Statistical significance. It's a very important term that tells you the number of responses you need to act as a snapshot of your entire ratepayer base. And so we sent out over 39,000 emails to reach 95% level of confidence. We knew that we needed to get over 2,200 responses, and we made sure that survey was very quick. We needed only 2 minutes to complete it. This URL at the bottom of the screen is a great online calculator that can help you understand how many responses you're going to need to get that statistical significance, that 95% confidence level. That is what we needed. As you see on the screen right there, we had a population size of roughly 40,000, margin of error 5%. So we knew what numbers we needed to reach with our responses. And this is actually what we received. You'll notice that the required number of respondents was a little bit over 2,200, and we received more than 3,500, as I mentioned before. So we far exceeded our needs, which was great. We knew that our data was rock solid at that point. So that concludes my presentation with regard to customer service surveys. The idea being, as the title says, the 11-minute rule, knowing that you only have 11 minutes of your ratepayers' mental attention per year. So how do you make best use of that? Find out what they care about through a customer service survey. My name is Brett McArdle. I serve as Communications Manager for Consolidated Utility District in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and that concludes my time. Thank you.
That's great information, Brett. Thank you so much. We'll now hear from Beth McAvoy.
Hi there. My name is Beth McAvoy, and I am the Utilities Marketing Specialist Principal with Indiana Michigan Power, and we are a part of American Electric Power. So I have been with I&M for a little over 3 years. And actually, marketing to the company is rather new as well. And we started out only marketing our energy efficiency programs from the beginning. And a few years into that, kind of realized that, wow, we really need to figure out how we can talk to our customers more broadly and really try to gain their trust and understanding of who we are before we really ask them to sign up for energy efficiency programs. But because we started out in the EE space, our Questline newsletter was really one of our first outreach points to customers. The one thing that we've done, though, is really try to focus in and customize the articles back to us. So if there's an article that offers just kind of some tips, we will let customers know, if you like this tip, we've got a whole lot more for you, and link back to our website. And we really hope that we can use the newsletter as, a first touch for that. And get them, back to learn more about us. But beyond our energy efficiency marketing, we really have tried to build, our brand trust as a whole, and kind of worked backwards a little bit. So we started with the EE, and then we realized, wait a minute, we really need to back this up and talk about who we are as a company. So we've really started with kind of a robust advertising and communications plan. And every bit of our strategy has kind of been worked around some focus groups and surveying that we do in conjunction with survey results from our JD Power scores, and figuring out where we need to build more awareness and what customers don't understand from us, and figure out how we can educate them on those particular topics. Once we started around, that advertising and marketing plan, then we really brought in the rest of our communications team, and they're able to, write different content on, those topics of what we're looking for. And one of the biggest things with the communications outreach is getting the messages across to multiple channels. So we could have an article that runs in a newsletter, but we want it to also be on our website, also have it on social media, potentially also get it out to the news media, depending on what the topic is. And, recognizing that one channel is not going to be usually enough to get your message across, and you have to kind of meet customers where they are. And right now they can be all over the place. But, one thing that we constantly hear from customers and their recognition of us is that they are familiar with our energy efficiency newsletter. And that just goes to show it's one of the things we've used the most for the longest. So, we know that customers are paying attention to it. So we really hope that, the ability to customize that really is a good channel to bring them into the rest of everything else. So I highly recommend taking the content that you get from Questline, which is always relevant to what's going on, and customize it and bring your customers back to your own website. We've been doing this for the broader communications for about 3 years now, and have gone from 14th out of 15th to 3rd for overall satisfaction in JD Power for Midwest Large. And from a communications standpoint, we've moved from 14 out of 15 to 2nd out of 15. And we have the highest scores for communications in AEP. So we think that what we're doing is working. We know that we can't stop, and it's still full speed ahead, and we're going to try everything we can to kind of move to number 1 for JD Power scores. So if you're looking to kind of get started with some of these additional communication plans, I am a marketing team of 1, so I know it can be a little challenging to think about that, but I highly recommend start somewhere and keep going, and just make sure you're telling your story and letting your customers understand who you are. And the Questline content is a great place to start if you're not sure where else you can start. So give it a look and get it customized and see what happens next. So thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about what we're doing at Indiana Michigan Power. Again, my name is Beth McAvoy, and I hope you found something helpful in all of this.
That was great. Thank you. Let's pass the mic to Morgan Kriley.
Hi, everyone. My name is Morgan Kriley, and I'm a part of the customer experience team at Duquesne Light Company. And today I'm excited to share how our residential customer newsletter has increased engagement and become a powerful multi-channel marketing tool. Not only has it improved customer recall, but it's also fostered collaboration across our teams and departments within the company. Like many organizations, we face challenges in reaching our customers effectively and through their preferred channels. And we also aim to ensure that consistent messaging is used across all touchpoints. Since we only have about 78% of our residential customers' email addresses on file, we're always looking for opportunities to engage our customers via email while also leveraging other channels such as ad campaigns, social media, website content, and bill messages. Recently, our newsletters have exceeded benchmark open and click rates, which is why I'm here today to share with you this big marketing win. In these newsletters, we've included a mix of Duquesne Light programs, updates about newly released features such as the OMS outage map, as well as incorporating Questline content about ways to save money and learn more about energy efficiency and safety tips. This mix of content really resonates with our customers. In September, we found that 61.6% of our customers from our customer panel recall seeing, reading, or hearing any communication from Duquesne Light in the past 3 months. Notably, 47.6% recall seeing an email communication from DLC, which is a 6% increase from the previous time they were surveyed. Our monthly newsletter, as you can see here, has become a key multi-channel marketing asset. We started to repurpose content from the newsletter for social media and our homepage carousel, and we've also been able to create cohesive messaging, ensuring that our audience receives consistent information regardless of if they're engaging just with the newsletter or they see it on the web page or social media, or perhaps they're seeing it in all different channels. The newsletter has also improved cross-functional coordination. In the past, different departments weren't always aligned on when to promote specific programs, and now using the newsletter as the focal point for monthly promotions, we're able to coordinate content across email, social media, and our website. For instance, in our most recent edition, we featured information about HomeServe, home protection plans, and our company's EV registration incentive. And then throughout the month, we promoted these offerings on our homepage carousel, posted them on social media, and ran targeted email campaigns. We also timed these efforts to align with HomeServe's quarterly mailing campaign, and then also some paid social media ads that were running for the EV incentive. And the EV incentive applications actually doubled in the month in which we ran the promotion across all of our channels, which really shows that the more times a customer sees one of our promotions, the more likely they will engage with it. And our newsletter really helps to tie in all of these efforts, and it has become a vital marketing tool that drives customer engagement, fosters team collaboration, and delivers consistent messaging. So I appreciate your time. Again, my name is Morgan Kriley, and I'm a customer experience associate at Duquesne Light Company. Thanks.
Fantastic information. Now we'll hear from Jenny Foss.
Hello, my name is Jenny Foss, Communications and Administrative Coordinator at Elk River Municipal Utilities. And I'm very excited to share our success story with you as it relates to customer education and participation in our rebate programs. So to get started, I'd like to give you a little information about our utility. Elk River is located 35 miles northwest of Minneapolis, where we serve 13,200 electric customers, 5,600 water customers, and we provide billing and customer service for the City of Elk River's garbage and recycling program. Now, with any good story, there's obviously a beginning, a middle, and an end. So with that, our story begins with customer satisfaction surveys. And then we move into how did we respond to the feedback we received? And finally, what are the results in 2024 as a result of our efforts? So let's take a step back. In 2021, we engaged a third-party market research firm to develop a survey and began collecting customer satisfaction data from our residential customers over a 3-year period starting in 2022. Now, although the utility consistent received high marks for our service and reliability, we also received consistent feedback that our customers were unaware we had rebate programs. The survey data report also stated that this issue was not unique to our utility, that it actually impacted utilities both large and small, but we knew we needed to find a solution. So leading up to the surveys in 2022, our communication protocols were, we dedicated social media 1 to 2 messages per month just to the rebate programs. We also had bill inserts with rebate flyers that we distributed about 6 times per year, and we also utilized those flyers out in the community. We have a quarterly newsletter that we included rebate information, but it was a 1-page, 2-sided document, and it was always on the back side of the document. And then we also have our website that had a programs and rebates tab, but clearly based on the feedback from our customer satisfaction survey, they didn't know it existed. So what was our response to this feedback? Well, it was actually very slow and steady. Starting in 2023, we increased our rebate messaging frequency on social media, and we really simplified the message. So as you can see with this Facebook post, it's pretty clear who we are and what we have to offer. We're Elk River Utilities, and we have rebates. And then the text for this post read, discover a world of savings possibilities that can also boost your home's efficiency with exciting residential rebates from ERMU. And then we went on to include a link to our website because ultimately we want to drive our customers to the website because that is where all the information is housed. We didn't want to just go with the status quo. We also decided to explore other media channels. For example, we introduced billboards, front page newspaper ads, and we began utilizing SmartHub's messaging feature. And as I mentioned earlier, our quarterly newsletter, we did feature rebate information, but it was always on the back side. So we opted to move it right to the front and dedicate the whole left-hand sidebar just to rebate information. We also began to incorporate a QR code, which you can see at the bottom of that sidebar. And this, again, is to just direct customers to our website so we can really drive that information home, that education piece that they were lacking. So this is where the big change came into play. Here in 2024, we sat down as a team, our administrations director, communications manager, customer service representatives, and myself to develop and simplify really and redesign all of our flyers and our website in tandem. So this was a huge undertaking. But with all the input from all the different departments, we knew that we were going to come up with something that was very user-friendly. So like I said, we simplified and redesigned all of our rebate flyers. Here's an example from our appliance and home efficiency rebate. This is a good template that we used for all of our other rebate categories. And again, we incorporated that QR code to drive customers to the website so they could see all of our offerings. As I mentioned, this was in tandem with an overhaul on our website with our programs and rebates tab. Before, we had the rebates separated out by energy conservation and water conservation, which was a little confusing for customers. For example, if you were buying a new washer and dryer, the washer rebate was under water conservation, but the dryer was housed under energy conservation. So it was a little confusing and clunky. We wanted to eliminate that confusion. So we reduced the categories on our website from 7 to 5, and they now read as appliance and home efficiency, EV charging, heat pumps, HVAC equipment, lighting and lighting controls. Very easy. One other change we made that was significant was we added an online form option for customers where they could just upload their documents, send them on their way, all from the comfort of their own home. But that wasn't enough. We wanted to have a little fun with our customers and really engage them with our rebates information. So this past summer, when we were participating in the Sherburne County Fair Parade, we decorated a bucket truck on both sides that featured all things rebates under the guise of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So here we have our very own Willy Wonka highlighting that our golden ticket, we have rebates at our utility. And then the QR code was present all over the bucket truck. And needless to say, when we checked our website traffic data, we definitely had a surge after we went rolling through town this summer with this beautiful truck. So looking at the financial data, this is through September 2024, you can see that this has been our best year ever for rebate participation. Starting on the far left in 2017, this is when we started tracking residential data separate from commercial data. So we had a lot of growth, but then there was sort of that plateau in 2022-23. So we could see that some of the small changes we made were helping, but it wasn't enough. We really needed that push on our flyers and our rebate. Making them less confusing, easier to use has really made an impact. October preliminary data indicates that it's going to be our best month ever, and we still have November and December to come. So looking ahead, we're not going to slow down now. We're going to continue to evolve with the needs of our customers. And one of those needs we've identified is in 2025, we hope to partner with our local retailers so that we can really educate customers about our rebates at the point of sale. So with that, I invite you to follow us on social media and visit our website for a more in-depth look at our rebate program communication. I'm Jenny Foss, Communications and Administrative Coordinator at Elk River Municipal Utilities, and that concludes my presentation today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much. Let's now move over to Lisa Stowe.
Hi, my name is Lisa Stowe. I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at Westfield Gas and Electric and Whip City Fiber. We are in Westfield, Massachusetts. We serve 18,000 electric customers, 10,000 natural gas customers, and just over 17,000 high-speed internet service customers in the area. I'm going to talk with you today about our Big Rig Rally, which is our Public Power Week celebration. We have been really fortunate for the last number of years to celebrate our Big Rig Rally in conjunction with a local arts group that has a pumpkin fest. Obviously, both of these things happen in October, and we thought it was a really great time to pull these two groups together and really get more bang for our buck and have better logistics around having guests coming to Westfield. As the name might suggest, Pumpkin Fest has music, we have vendors, food, there's a trunk or treat, there's free popcorn, free pumpkins, and of course the Big Rig Rally, which is our main focus in the event. We are a top sponsor of this event, which brings thousands of guests together at a big field in Westfield, but it also brings together many local groups. The local art group who organizes the Pumpkin Fest works with the scout troops. They actually come and stay overnight so that when the donated pumpkins arrive, they take the tops off and they gut all of those pumpkins so that they're ready for carving when the kids arrive. One of the best parts of Big Rig Rally is that myself or somebody on my team gets to go up in the bucket with one of our linemen and get a bird's eye view of Pumpkin Fest. This short video will give you a sense of how many people show up and what the day is like.
Girls
So we're a local municipal utility. We love to show up in the community. We want customers to know that we really are locally owned and we are committed to doing good work here. This event gives us a chance to be face-to-face with those customers, and it also gives us a chance to engage with other local businesses and organizations in Westfield. Every year, we invite the DPW, as well as local police and fire, to participate. We invite the state police, who usually bring a special setup, whether it's a K-9, it could be a water rescue unit or a motorcycle unit. 2 years ago, they actually did a helicopter flyover, which was very cool. Local construction companies will bring giant pieces of equipment, dump trucks, rail car loaders. We're very lucky to have a municipal airport in town who arranges to bring the biggest snowblower that you really have ever seen. And finally, we have a really nice relationship with the Space and Astronomy Club at the local high school, and they bring a telescope with a solar filter so that anybody who wants to can walk up and take a look at the sun and actually see sunspots and sun flares during the day in a safe way. So whether you've got a little kid who wants to climb in the front seat of a digger, or you have somebody who wants to come and take a look at the sun, there's so many things to do just in the Big Rig Rally alone. In addition, this is a chance for us to interact with our customers really on a human level. We rent a popcorn machine. We hand out free popcorn as fast as we can make it. We give kids a chance to hop into the bucket of the bucket truck. They can try on a hard hat or try on the big rubber gloves. It's really just a really fun chance for us to be out on a beautiful day and getting to know the people who we serve. So when I think about Big Rig Rally, I think about a kid like this kid, right? You never know who is going to get lifted into that bucket. You never know if he's going to be back when he's in a computer science class at the middle school for a STEM week field trip here at the Gas and Electric. Maybe when he gets into high school, he decides to come and shadow somebody here at the Gas and Electric for a day or a week or even a semester. Honestly, he could end up being a future employee here, or certainly a future customer. And we love the opportunity to be out there as an organization and as employees to meet a kid like this and all of the other customers that come out on that day. So this past year was really successful. We had thousands of visitors to the event. It was absolutely perfect day. In 2025, we'll be doing the same thing. We're always looking for ways to mix it up a little bit. And I don't know what that will be next year, but we look forward to planning this event for a long time to come. My name is Lisa Stowe. I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at Westfield Gas and Electric and Whip City Fiber. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give Matthew Allen the stage.
Hey everyone, my name is Matthew Allen. I work for ElectriCities in North Carolina, and my role is Key Accounts and Business Analyst. So basically what that means is I help work with our member utilities in serving their customers. So we're not a typical utility that you might think of. What we do, we represent the interest of municipal electric utilities throughout the state of North Carolina primarily, as well as some in Virginia and South Carolina as well. So here's a map of some of the members that we serve. Primarily in North Carolina, but overall we have about 94 municipal utilities that we represent in this geographical area, totaling about 1.3 million customers in North Carolina. So some of the ways that we engage customers, we sponsor the Questline e-newsletter program on behalf of our members to send out monthly newsletters. We have about 25 member utilities that have their own branded newsletter that they can customize themselves, as well as the ElectriCities branded newsletter that goes out. We also survey customers, to understand what their preferences are. We also meet with customers in their homes and businesses, doing energy audits, working with them on load management and a few other things. Some other interactions at community energy fairs and that sort of thing. But from the surveys, we do find that customers do prefer email communication. So that's where we think the newsletter really fits in well with engaging customers. So one of the case studies I wanted to cover, one of our member communities did not really have an established way to send out electronic communications to their customers. So a little more background, they are a smaller community with about 4,000 folks, kind of in the Raleigh area. So one of the solutions that has worked well for them is utilizing the e-newsletter program that we sponsor on their behalf to transition their newsletter to a digital format. So here's an example of what that newsletter would look like in a customer's inbox. They basically take the key or the headline article and replace it with what they call the mayor's message. It's a really good customized newsletter that I'll show you on the next slide. But again, they customize it to what their customers like, and I think they see a lot of success from doing that. So on the right-hand side, you see a couple of the other articles. They try to pair something that their local customers would like with some opportunities to learn more about energy efficiency. In this case, what is peak demand, which is a really good topic to learn. Here's a screenshot of what that mayor's message looks like. So again, it's a really highly customized newsletter that gets folded into the e-newsletter program that goes out monthly to their customers. So some of the takeaways, the customers really do like the customization that the town does for the e-newsletter program. They pair in the mayor's message and some other articles alongside energy efficiency and utility best practices, things like that. So they do see a direct correlation between the newsletter success and interest that customers have in different programs. And again, one of the things that this member utility has had a lot of success with is leveraging a local community member to increase trust among their customers. So here's some of their metrics. Again, a lot of their metrics are above the benchmark levels, and the level of customization that they do really plays a big part of that. So in closing, one of the big wins we've had, some of our other member utilities have not customized the newsletter to the level that this member has historically, and they've seen some of the success that this member has had. So we are looking forward to 2025 and more of our members really customizing their newsletters just to drive engagement more so. Thank you guys. My name is Matthew Allen with ElectriCities of North Carolina.
Once again, thank you so much for joining not just this webinar, but any plugged in event this past year. As a reminder, the follow-up email will be sent to you shortly with the presentation materials and playback link. From all of us at Questline Digital, thank you for joining us and have a happy holiday season.
Happy holidays!
Happy New Year's!
Thanks for a great 2024.
See you in 2025.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Warm wishes this holiday season.
Enjoy happy holidays and all the best in 2025.